The streetlights cast long shadows over the quiet expanse of Simon Mazorodze Street. A faint mist clings to the ground, softening the sharp angles of the buildings lining the road. A silver sedan is parked near the mouth of a narrow alley, its engine idling softly, breaking the stillness. From a distance, the faint sound of a siren wails, growing louder and then fading away. The scene is tense, holding a sense of foreboding. Inside the car, Tafadzwa Mandiya sits alone. His youthful face is drawn with worry, his brows furrowed as his fingers drum an erratic rhythm on the steering wheel. His phone buzzes insistently on the dashboard. He stares at it for a moment, uncertainty flickering across his face, before reaching for it.
Yes, I'm here. Where are you?
The voice on the other end is muffled, the words unclear. Tafadzwa glances at his rearview mirror, scanning the empty street behind him. His jaw tightens in frustration.
I don't have all night.
He ends the call abruptly, tossing the phone onto the passenger seat. A moment later, a sharp knock on the passenger side window startles him. His head snaps toward the sound. Outside, a shadowy figure, Kudzai, leans casually against the car, his face partially obscured by the dim light.
You're late.
Patience, my friend. Good things come to those who wait.
Did you bring it?
Kudzai nods slowly, reaching into his jacket. He pulls out a small, tightly wrapped parcel, holding it up for Tafadzwa to see.
You have my money.
Tafadzwa eyes the parcel warily before opening the glove compartment. He retrieves a thick envelope, handing it over with a curt nod.
It's all there.
Kudzai flips through the money quickly, a smirk of satisfaction spreading across his face.
Pleasure doing business.
Just get out of here.
Kudzai pockets the money and steps back from the car. But as he does, another figure of a hooded man emerges from the shadows of the alley.
Leaving so soon?
Who the hell are you?
The hooded man steps into the light, revealing a knife glinting in his hand.
Let's make this simple. Hand it over.
You're making a mistake.
The hooded man lunges toward the car. Tafadzwa slams his door shut, but the man forces it open with a growl. A violent struggle ensues, the car rocking slightly as Tafadzwa fights to fend off the attacker. Nearby, Kudzai watches, frozen. His eyes dart from the knife to Tafadzwa's desperate face.
Kudzai, help me please?
Kudzai takes a hesitant step forward but halts, fear and self-preservation winning over courage.
Sorry, brother.
Kudzai turns and vanishes into the shadows, leaving Tafadzwa to fend for himself. Inside the car, the fight turns deadly. The hooded man stabs Tafadzwa in the leg, blood spurting onto the dashboard. Tafadzwa gasps in pain, his strength waning. The attacker grabs the parcel from Tafadzwa's jacket and bolts into the night. The first rays of sunlight spill over the city, casting a golden hue over Simon Mazorodze Street. A passer-by, a woman, walks briskly along the sidewalk, her arms wrapped tightly around her as she wards off the morning chill. She notices the silver sedan parked haphazardly, its engine off, the driver's side door slightly ajar. Curiosity piqued, she approaches cautiously, peering inside. Her eyes widen in horror as she sees Tafadzwa's lifeless body slumped over the steering wheel, blood pooling beneath him. She stumbles back, a scream tearing from her throat. Later that morning, the street is now a hive of activity. Police tape cordons off the area, and a small crowd of onlookers murmurs in hushed tones. Inspector Matanga, a seasoned officer with a no-nonsense demeanor, surveys the scene. His sharp eyes take in every detail as he speaks with his partner, Officer Chiradze, who scribbles notes in a small notepad.
What do we have so far?
Let's a shot. The young male, mid-20s, stab wound to the left leg, possible exsanguination. Body was found around 6 a.m.
Inspector Matanga crouches near the car, examining the scene closely. He notices the blood trail leading from the driver's seat to the ground.
Personal items.
Wallet untouched. Car keys still in the ignition.
Inspector Matanga stands, his face grim.
This wasn't a random robbery.
His gaze follows the faint blood trail leading toward the alley.
Get forensics to follow this, and check the street cameras. Someone saw something.
Later that day, at Harare Central Police Station, in the stark, cold light of an interrogation room, Kudzai sits with his hands cuffed in front of him. His leg bounces nervously under the table as he avoids making eye contact with Inspector Matanga, who stands across from him, arms folded.
You were seen in the area. What were you doing there? I don't know what you're talking about.
Inspector Matanga slides a photo across the table. It's a close up to Tafadzwa's bloodied body.
Start talking, Kudzai, or you'll wish you had.
Kudzai's bravado crumbles. His hands tremble as he looks at the photo, guilt etched across his face.
It wasn't supposed to go down like that. Who was the man in the hoodie?
Kudzai glances nervously at the one-way mirror, sweat beading on his forehead.
You'll never find him. He doesn't leave witnesses.
The murder of Tafadzwa Mandiya remains under investigation. Anyone with information is urged to contact Harare CID Homicide. This is a true life story, viewers. The names of the characters have been changed for confidentiality purposes. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this.